Hey everybody, Chad here. This is the next episode of Law of Attraction Secrets. In this episode, we're going to talk about the greatest motivator in the Law of Attraction. This is a must listen. I don't know how long this is going to be. This might be a 3-minute video, okay? But this is the greatest motivator in the Law of Attraction. So, if you love this video, share it, like it, subscribe below, and let's get rocking and rolling. Now, I'm in Thailand. My bed's messy behind me. I'm getting ready to go up for breakfast here. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you. What's the greatest motivator in the Law of Attraction? What's the greatest motivation that keeps you hanging in there, that makes you persist and not give up? And this is something you're gonna want to know yourself, but then also this is something you're gonna want to tell yourself over and over and over and over and over. Just because when we set an intention, before I tell you, okay, when we set an intention, we set a goal, we set a want, okay, and we persist in that goal, okay, we do all the exercises, we do the nightly routine, morning routine, we have our gratitude pad and all that jazz, okay, it's gonna come a time, sometimes, most of the time, there's gonna come a time that you just have to persist. There's gonna come a time where you feel like giving up. You feel like throwing in a towel. You don't wanna do it anymore. Most of the time, it's because just how society is. Most of the time, it's because we want immediate gratification, we're not patient, so forth and so forth. We wanna set an intention and have it tomorrow, type of thing. And that's kind of the hard thing with Law of Attraction, because that's what sometimes the current gurus now, they give examples of so and so set this intention and she manifested it in 24 hours. Then you try it and it doesn't work. You know what I mean? But they give such outlandish examples, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but it doesn't happen for everybody like that, and it doesn't happen for every single intention, every single goal that you set. Okay, it might happen for some things, might not happen for other things. Other things you might have to persist in there a little bit. Okay, the key of persistence. Now, that being said, okay, this is why you need to know this little secret here, because even last night, I set an intention, maybe a few weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. And lately, the last few days, I've been kind of really feeling like giving up. And I've done videos on this, sometimes when I really have a strong feeling about giving up, what that really means is your goal's right here and you're that close to your goal. You just can't see it. You can't see it to the visible eye. You know what I mean? You're this close, okay? You're this close to that barrier, or breaking through that barrier, okay? That's why, for whatever reason, that's why you have such an enormous power within you that wants to give up. I don't know why. Every time you get so close to that goal, sometimes this always happens where you just feel like giving up, throwing in a towel. You're so tired of it. You're tired of thinking about it and all this stuff. Okay. Now, this is a secret I want to share with you in this video. This is what's really going to help you. Okay, and I heard this today. I've heard it many times, almost every day, but today it really stuck to me. It really stuck with me. It really spoke loud to me. Okay, listen. When you set an intention, okay, when you set an assumption, no matter what it is, you set an intention, you set a goal, you set an assumption, something you really want, you persist in it, and you think in goal, you think that you've already achieved it. It must come true, my friends. Listen to this. It must come true. This is what you have to tell yourself every day. When I set an intention and I focus on it, I bring my energy to it, I do all the exercises, I persist in it, it has to come true. It has to. There's no if, and, or but about it. It has to come true. That's the good news here. This is what you have to be telling yourself all day long. This will bring you confidence when you're repeating this over and over and over. When I set an intention, when I persist, I don't give up, I hang in there till the end, it has to come true. I have to get what I've been thinking about. I have to achieve my attention. I have to achieve my assumption. It has to come true. This is the truth. Okay, you have to believe this. It has to come true. Even with all of Neville Goddard, I've been studying Neville Goddard recently. I've been doing this like stuff for 20 years, something like that. And recently I've been studying Neville Goddard. And he says the same thing. If you set an intention, if you persist and you hang in there to the end, you don't give up. This is what he says. He's never seen it not work. He's never seen it not work in his entire life. It has to come true, my friends. Whatever your intention is, whatever your goal is, you set your focus on it, you do all the exercises, it has to come true. Has to. This is what you have to tell yourself. It has to come true. It has to come true, baby. Okay? Now, if you don't believe me, okay, we've all done the law of attraction, positive, negative. Okay? Okay, we can set a positive intention or we can set a negative intention. Let me give you an example. Maybe you have experience with this. Okay, maybe you don't. Okay? But if you're in a relationship and you start thinking that, oh, there's somebody else better for me, and you really, you don't purposely set an intention, but that's what you're kind of persistently thinking about all the time. You're thinking about it all the time, day in, day out, week after week, maybe month after month. What happens? Well, more than likely, you're going to find somebody else, even though you're inside a relationship. More likely, if you're married, whatever, you're going to have an affair because you just kept on thinking about it. Okay? Maybe you kept on fighting it in the beginning, but the issue is you kept on thinking about it, you kept on fantasizing about it, you kept on imagining it, you persisted in those thoughts. Eventually, those came true. Makes sense? Maybe this happened to some of you guys, or girls, or whatever, not just guys. But that's on the negative side. What we persistently think about will come true. If we stay persistent with it, it's going to come true. So I don't want to end this note on the negative, but I just want to give you that example. But anyway, the positive here, you have to tell yourself every day, throughout the whole day, when I set my intention, I get what I want. When I set my intention, if I persist, I don't give up, I hang in there to the end, I imagine end result, I imagine it already has taken place, okay? It has to come true. We just can't control the how or the when, but we just know it has to come true. That's the positive side here. Now remember, I'm going to end this video here pretty quickly because I'm hungry. The positive side here is, remember, I've done some videos on this as well, is we can set an intention for ourselves, which is very objective, meaning like objective is we're really focused on ourselves. We're really focused on, it's very a selfish power. We know we have the power to attract. We know we have the power to set an intention and get what we want, okay? But subjective thinking is we set intentions for other people, okay? Now I'll give you an example, like a simple example. I mean, let's say you I'm in Thailand, I'm walking around and I see a homeless person, okay? Subjective means is that I can set an intention for that person. I can take him out of his state, okay? What happens is we tend to think about people in current state, in their current situation, or their current struggles. Okay, if someone's homeless, when we think about them, we always think about them as homeless. Okay, when I set an intention for them, I don't think about them as homeless anymore. I set an intention that they have a good paying job, they have an apartment, they have a house. That's what I'm doing. I'm elevating him out of his current state into where I want him. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But we can set intentions for other people. Our power is within us, so we can use it for us and we can use it for other people as well. So it goes twofold. Sometimes setting intentions for other people, is a little bit more emotional because sometimes we know the person. Makes sense. Sometimes a family member, sometimes it's a close friend. So sometimes it's way more emotional for us when we set intentions for other people. Sometimes it's, sometimes we have an immense feeling of giving up sometimes because we're so emotionally attached. But the biggest thing here, they both connect. Okay, they both, and I'm kind of going off topic here a little bit, but anyway, stay with me. They both connect. Okay, when I set an intention for another person, I elevate them out of their current state. I think of them end result. Makes sense? Where they want to be. Okay, they're not homeless. They have a high-paying job, live in a house. That's how I think about them. If you have a family member that maybe is an alcoholic or have a trouble, a drinking issue, a drug issue, you don't think about them in current state. Okay, you don't every time you think about them, that's what you think about that's what you think about what they're doing. Instead, when you think about them, you think about them clean and sober. You think about them, their life is all put back together. That's how you think of them. Okay, now when you transfer that over objective to you, basically you're doing the same thing. When you set an intention for yourself, okay, you're elevating yourself from current situation and you're elevating yourself up higher. That's why you think end result. Okay, whatever your intention is, your goal is, whatever you want to achieve, you're thinking end result. You play in your imagination that it's already occurred, meaning this is your current situation. You've elevated yourself up to a different, you elevated yourself up to a higher vibration. Okay, you're doing the same thing with yourself. We can do the same thing to other people. Okay, now let's tie this together and kind of flip it, because it's been like 10 or 11 minutes. I want this video to be like 5 minutes. But anyway, to wrap this up, repeat, I almost went brain dead. You have to repeat this stuff over and over and over throughout the day. You have to tell yourself, when I set an intention, if I persist, it has to come true, baby. Has to. When I hang in there and I persist and I don't give up, it has to come true. Period. Bottom line. This is what you have to tell yourself. It has to come true. It has to come. If I set an intention for myself and I persist, it has to come true. If I set an intention for another person and I persist in it, it has to come true for them. Has to. Without a shadow of a doubt, it has to come true. Other than that, my friends, I kind of did this video because that's what stuck out to me when I woke up this morning. I was thinking about that one sentence, and it really drove in my heart. A couple intentions I've been setting here lately, the last 3-4 weeks, and the last couple of days I've been struggling with it. Hang in there, not hang in there, not hang in there. We both play these mind games. We always have a sense of giving up. When we hang in there for a long time. And when I was listening to a video, and it was just one sentence that said that, and it really just spoke kind of worlds to me this morning, and it really stuck out. So I wanted to share it with you. So remember, set your attention, you persist, you don't give up, it has to come true, period. Tell yourself that over and over and over and over and over throughout the day. That give you confidence. When I set an intention, it has to come true. When I want something, it has to come true. When I want something, I persist in it, it has to come true. Other than that, my friends, hopefully this helps. I'll see you in the next video.